Hey guys, welcome back to Indulge with Dimples. Thank you for all the new subscribers. And guess what? It's fall. Duh. So I'm going to be bringing you a smothered chicken and cauliflower rice meal. This meal is healthy, hearty, and good for the soul. And I'm bringing it to you with the flavor town, okay? So when you cook this and you know your family like, oh, we ain't had nothing like this in a long time, and you're tired of the regular chicken meals, this one, it's going to get your family and you back together like old days. Sitting at the table, blessing the food, thinking about good old days, stuffing your face with smothered chicken and rice. So follow me in the kitchen. Let's get this meal going. And make sure you like, subscribe, comment down below, and tell me if you made it. Let's go. Hey guys, just like I told you in the intro, we're going to be doing smothered chicken with cauliflower rice, or you can use regular rice. I'm going to tell you the ingredients that I will be using in this smothered chicken recipe. And today I'm using a pan and a cast iron dish. So we got some things going on. First thing first, you're going to need you some chicken thighs. You can have skin on, skin out. These have skin on them and they've been seasoned already. So I have 4 nice chicken thighs cleaned with the skin on, seasoned. Really good. Now what we're going to use is cauliflower rice, but you can use regular rice or you can use brown rice, but you want the instant rice, or you can go ahead and cook it and then transfer it in the bottom of your casserole dish. I also want to use chicken broth, but you can also use milk when you mix your cream of mushroom, which you're going to need a can of cream of mushroom. I'm also going to use adobo seasoning, some garlic. You can use the fresh or in the jar, some salt, pepper, and some garlic powder as well. And I'm going to use some fresh, you can use fresh mushrooms or sliced mushrooms already. And I have extra virgin olive oil on the side and a little bit of butter. First things first, oh, and an onion back here. So first things first, I am going to go ahead and saute my onions and my mushroom in my pan. When I'm going to add a little bit of garlic. And then after that get done sauteing, I'm going to move back over and show you how we're going to make our sauce, which is with the mushroom. And then I'm going to go ahead and show you how we're going to cook our chicken and then put everything together. So follow me through this transaction and watch how we get to cooking. I have my pan on medium high. And I have olive oil and a little bit of butter in here. And what I'm going to do, this is the olive oil that I use. I'm going to go ahead and saute the onions in here and the garlic. And then I'm going to go ahead and add our chicken skin down so it can fry and get crispy. I love garlic. If you love garlic, go ahead and dump as much garlic as you like in your sauce. This is going to flavor the oil. Which is going to give the chicken a nice fragrance. Now, I think chicken thighs are more juicier. They cook really well in this dish, but you can use chicken breasts or you can use chicken wings or chicken legs. It's really up to you. So I'm going to take my chicken thighs that's already been seasoned and I'm going to put them skin down in the oil. Make sure your oil is hot enough so that it does not soak up the grease in your chicken and your chicken won't be greasy and the skin will crisp up. And you can season your chicken with salt and pepper, or you can go ahead and use the seasonings that I showed you and flavor it up even more. So let's go ahead and let this finish up. It's about 10 minutes on each side. Once it gets done cooking, we can go ahead and transfer it out. But until then, just let them finish cooking. Alright, while the chicken is cooking, we're going to go ahead and make the sauce that we're going to pour on top of our chicken and rice. So what you're going to need is 1 can of cream of mushroom. And you can add milk to it, or you can add water. I'm going to go ahead and add a liquid form of chicken broth, since we're cooking the chicken and I want more flavor. So you want to go ahead and add about 1.5 cups, depending on if you want a real thick or you just want to loosen it up just a little bit. So I'm going to start off with adding probably about 1 cup of chicken broth. Now you can use vegetable broth. If you're doing this with beef, you can use beef broth, but I'm going to use the chicken broth to give it more flavor. You can even use milk, will also give it flavor, but I think chicken broth is going to bring a little more excitement to this meal. And I'm just going to pour it in the can because we still got some cream of mushroom sitting in here, and I just want to clean that out of there. So pour it in the can, take a spoon, get all the rest of your remainings out of there. Pour your chicken broth in there, and you just want to stir it up to break down the clumps of the cream of chicken. Now to this you can add a little bit of garlic powder and black pepper and a sprinkle of salt. I wouldn't use too much salt. And go ahead and add a little bit of any other seasons that you like. Now if you want to loosen it up a little bit more, if it's not loose like this, you can go ahead and add the 1/2 cup of whatever liquid that you're using. But if you like this consistency, leave it as is. I'm using about 1/2 teaspoon of each seasoning. And I'm going to leave out the salt for right now, because this right here has a lot of salt in it, so you don't want to add salt on top of salt, and then by the time you go ahead and cook it, it's salty and nobody likes it. And just stir this up and set it aside. Now depending on what instant rice you're using, if you're using brown rice or white rice, or if you're going to go ahead and do what I'm doing, I'm going to use the cauliflower rice. At this time you just want to open it up, find what type of casserole dish you're going to use. Since I only have 4 chicken thighs, I'm going to use this nice little casserole dish I have right here. And this is, let me see, it said 20 centimeters by 20 centimeters. So it's 8 by 8 in inches. And all I'm going to do is just open up my cauliflower and add it to the bottom of the dish. You want to make sure you have enough to cover the bottom of the dish up. And cauliflower rice looks just like regular rice if you never had it before. And if you're trying to eat healthier, or if you're trying to have low carbs or low calories, I would choose cauliflower rice over regular rice. So clearly this is not enough, but you need to fill it up and make sure you have enough at the bottom. Evenly spread it out, set it aside along with your sauce, and then once the chicken get done, I'm going to show you how we're going to make this all come together and put it in the oven. Alright, so we took the chicken out after we made sure it's cooked and we browned it. So we have the rice at the bottom. It's just regular cauliflower rice. You put whatever rice you want. We put our cooked chicken on top. I drained off a lot of the grease that we used to fry the chicken in, and I put our mushrooms in there. Mushrooms is optional if you want them in there or not. And then from there, remember the sauce that we made with the mushroom, cream of mushroom sauce, and the chicken broth. If you want it a little thinner, just add the 1/2 cup. If you want to leave it like this, it's fine. So at this time, you want to preheat your oven to 350. You want to take your mushrooms out if you're going to put mushrooms in your meal. And you just want to lay them on top of your chicken and rice, like so. And you can put as much mushrooms as you want in here. You can even put onions and bell peppers. It's all up to you how you want to cook it. Then once you put your mushrooms in here, like I'm doing, spread them around. Make sure I get all of them out. After you get your mushrooms in here, you want to spread them around. And you want to go ahead, mix up your sauce again, and you just want to pour your sauce over your chicken and rice. Put it in the oven for about 30 to 40 minutes. Cook it, and this is going to be done. So when it's done and it comes out the oven, I'm going to show you how it's going to look. And we're going to have smothered chicken and rice. So be back in about 20-30 minutes. Alright guys, so it has been about 35-ish minutes in the oven. I turned it up to 365 instead of 350. And a little tip, if you're cooking chicken thighs, make sure you use a food or meat thermometer, whatever they call this, and make sure the thickest part of your thigh temperature reach 165. That means it's completely done, safe to eat. If it's 162, you need to put it back in there and wait till it gets to 165. But anyway, this is done. It's smelling good. Make you want to slap your mama, your man, or your kids, depending on who you're living with. But look at the chicken. I don't want to tell you too much, but yeah, this is what it looks like. I'm going to let this cool down, and I'm going to make me a plate and eat it. Hopefully you like, subscribe, you are part of the notification and the crew, and you make this recipe, and I'll see you next Sunday. Enjoy, guys.